And if you're looking for something to do this summer, you might want to check out Atlantic Shark Expeditions with their shark viewing and cage diving experiences. The president of Atlantic Shark Expeditions is Dr. Neil Hammerschlag, and he joins us this morning to talk about this season's expeditions. So Dr. Hammerschlag, you are a marine biologist or a marine ecologist. Why are you so passionate about sharing sharks with the world?
You know, that's a great question, and I think the answer is you have to come out and experience it because, you know, it really does change the way you view these animals. And seeing them in the natural environment, they're so gorgeous, it generates an appreciation for them. And that's particularly important at this time because in many places of the world, shark numbers are declining. They're being overfished, they've been hunted. Luckily, they're protected here in Nova Scotia, and we are seeing healthy numbers. And seeing healthy numbers of sharks means a healthy ecosystem. So it's great that people get to see them, experience them, and want to preserve them.
Well, before we talk about the expeditions particularly, we are showing some file footage of sharks in Atlantic Canadian waters. We've seen a lot of shark sightings already, more than usual this time of year. Why do you think that's happening?
I think that the waters are warmer this year than last year. You know, we've noticed quite a few, our expeditions, we've seen a lot of sharks already. And I would say at the same time last year, the waters were a bit colder.
Okay. Oh, right. So it's warming up quicker this year. Okay. So the Atlantic Shark Expedition, describe exactly what happens when you go out with you on one of these.
Yeah, so you join our boat, you get a really cool briefing about what our mission is for the day. We head out to a special location where we have success in seeing sharks based on their preferred environmental conditions. We lower a protective shark cage in the water that's secured to the boat. So it's fastened to the boat. The top is just out of the surface. And you get a hose with a regulator to breathe surface-applied air. We give you all the equipment, you get in the cage, and we bring the sharks to the cage, and we collect scientific data to monitor the populations of sharks, but at the same time, everyone gets to see the sharks, take photos, and just experience them.
It sounds like a win-win. Like, when you're down in that cage, do sharks actually swim right up to the cage?
Oh, yeah. It really does depend on the individual shark. So some sharks kind of come by and just do a drive-by. Other ones are very curious about what the cage is, and they stick around and will start, you know, investigating it.
Oh my gosh, and there's so many kinds of sharks. Like, what sort of sharks do we have in our region?
So on our expeditions, the most common that we see are blue sharks, which are these amazing, curious, sleek animals. We also get porbeagle sharks, the short-fin mako shark, which is among the fastest of ocean species. And then we get the great white shark. And these are all species we've seen already this year in the last week.
Okay, that's fascinating. So and another question before we go is sharks are kind of misunderstood. Like, not every shark in the water is out there for blood.
Actually, I would say none of them are out there for blood.
Okay.
I think it's a huge misconception that these are kind of these bloodthirsty animals that are just cruising around looking for something to eat. That's not reality at all. When you come out with us, you'll see these sharks are calm. They're actually very cautious, and they don't eat a lot. So a lot of times the reason we can interact with them is just based on their own curiosity. Has nothing to do with food.
Yeah, sounds like a great roommate. All right, Dr. Hammerschlag, thank you so much for coming in today.
Always, thank you.
And we put the information about the shark encounters on our website, so you can book one and check it out. Oh my gosh, what a once-in-a-lifetime experience.